Welcome and welcome back to Emma's Simply Well podcast, your space for balanced, joyful living, where simple choices lead to lasting well-being. Let's start your journey here together. Have you ever noticed how, after a long, exhausting day, all you want is something sweet? Maybe it's a piece of chocolate, or a slice of cake, or just whatever's in the fridge that brings a little comfort. And even if you try to resist, that craving keeps pulling at you, quietly at first, then louder, until you give in and eat more than you meant to. You're not alone, and you're not weak, and you are definitely not broken. There's a reason your body turns to sugar in stressful moments, and today we're going to talk about it. Gently, kindly, with zero judgment, because this isn't about guilt. It's about understanding what your body is really trying to tell you. Let's take a breath here. Now think back, maybe just to yesterday. Was there a moment when life felt heavy and food felt like comfort? Maybe it wasn't even about hunger. It was about needing a pause, needing something to help you feel better, even if just for a moment. That's where these cravings often begin, not in your stomach, but in your heart. When life feels overwhelming, when pressure builds quietly in the background, when your mind is juggling 1,000 things, your body does what it knows best. It looks for comfort. And sugar, sweet, quick, familiar sugar, is the easiest way your body knows how to bring a little joy, a little escape, a little softness to the edge of your stress. But why does this happen? Why sugar? Well, here's what we know. When you're under pressure, from work, relationships, expectations, or just the daily noise of life, your body shifts, it tenses, it starts looking for ways to feel safe again. And sweet food becomes a signal of comfort. Because sugar is fast, it doesn't ask questions. It gives you that temporary sense of, finally, even if it only lasts a few moments. And then it fades. The calm turns into guilt or regret, and the cycle begins again. Stress, crave, eat, crash, shame, repeat. But here's the gentle truth. This isn't about willpower. It's about care. It's your body saying, I need something. And maybe sugar was the only thing that felt like it could answer in that moment. But what if you could ask a different question? What if, instead of judging yourself for wanting the cookie, you paused, just for a few seconds, and asked, what am I really needing right now? That one question can change everything. Sometimes it really is just hunger. You skipped a meal, you've been running on empty, your body's asking for fuel, and that's okay. But other times, it's something else. Maybe you're craving connection, a conversation, a hug, a kind word. Maybe you're craving rest, the kind that doesn't just come from sleep, but from feeling like you can breathe again. Maybe you're craving quiet, space to just be, without the noise of demands and expectations. And sugar becomes a shortcut, a stand-in, a substitute for what you're truly needing deep down. So how do we begin to shift this? Not with harsh rules, not by cutting out every treat, but by slowing down, by listening, by making space for yourself again. Next time a craving shows up, instead of reacting quickly, try pausing for a few seconds. Take a slow breath. Place your hand gently over your heart and ask softly, what's really going on inside me right now? Even if the answer is, I just feel tired, that's powerful, because that awareness gives you choice. It gives you room to care for yourself differently. And if after that moment you still want the chocolate, that's okay too. But now it's coming from a place of kindness, not chaos. That little shift makes all the difference. Let me share something from a listener. She told me, Emma, I didn't realize how automatic my sugar cravings were until I started keeping a gentle journal. I wrote down when they showed up, and every time it wasn't about hunger. It was about pressure, about deadlines, about feeling lonely. Sugar became my escape, but now I try to pause. Sometimes I still eat the treat, but other times I take a bath or call my sister or just breathe for 2 minutes, and slowly the cravings don't feel so loud anymore. That's what we're aiming for, not perfection, but awareness, not punishment, but permission. Permission to care for yourself in deeper ways. You see, your body is wise. It knows when something feels off, and cravings are just one way it speaks to you. Sometimes through hunger, sometimes through emotions, sometimes through stillness or tension. And when we ignore those whispers, the body finds other ways to get our attention. So let's start paying attention with love. Maybe for you, that looks like building little rituals of rest into your day. A warm tea in the afternoon, a few minutes of silence before sleep, a walk without your phone. Or maybe it's about making your meals more nourishing, not in a strict way, but in a way that makes you feel steady, whole, supported. For example, starting your morning with something warm and grounding, like oats with almonds or a toast with peanut butter. That kind of fuel gives your body the steady energy it craves, so you're not reaching for sugar out of panic or depletion later. It's also about softening your relationship with food, knowing that it's okay to enjoy treats. That one cookie doesn't undo your progress. That rest and pleasure are not things to earn. They are things you deserve. And maybe most importantly, it's about giving yourself grace on the hard days. Because stress will come. Life will feel heavy sometimes. But the way you respond with kindness instead of control, that's where your strength lives. So what can you try this week? Maybe just one thing. A pause before a craving. A moment to name the emotion behind it. A switch from candy to a warm cup of tea. A list of 5 comfort activities that don't involve food. A reminder on your mirror. It's okay to rest. Every small shift is a step toward healing. Let's take another breath here together. In and out, slowly. Now let's gently reflect on what we've explored today. Your cravings are not shameful. They are signals. They are stories. They are invitations to care for yourself in new ways. You don't need to fight them. You need to understand them. And then choose how you want to respond. Not with guilt, but with love. So next time you reach for sugar in a moment of stress, remember, you're not weak. You're wise. And maybe, just maybe, what you really need is to be held, heard, and healed from the inside out. Thank you for spending this time with me today. You're not alone in your cravings, or your stress, or your healing. You are worthy of care, of peace, of softness. Until next time, be kind to your beautiful self. Rest without guilt, and remember, simple choices lead to lasting well-being. I'm so grateful we shared this space together.